going on, my beautiful gems? I'm being silent because, you know, it takes pressure in order to create a diamond. I always say this in every one of your readings because your name, for me, is Gems. What is up, my beautiful Gemini, Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus, or North Node with my dorky ass for that intro. But it's a motherfucking fact. But what is going on, you Gems? Sending you guys so much love because you are so deserving and worthy of that. But other than that, my beautiful Gems, this is going to be a general reading for shadow work and love. I'll get to the description of what shadow work is. Just want to let you know beforehand. Take what resonates, and what does not resonate, you know where the trash is at, boo-boo. But if it does resonate with you, and you enjoy spending your time with me here today, boo, you want to be a part of this community, you can do so by hitting that like button and subscribing to this channel, and I greatly appreciate your support, and I thank you so much already if you are a subscriber for your support and for your love and for trusting me on your spiritual journey. But let's get into disclaimers, boo-boo. Please understand, Geminis, that my readings are not here to tell you what to do. Tarot should not dictate your life. It is your responsibility upon the actions that you take from the information that you received today. My readings are here just to give you upliftment, clarity, guidance, or confirmation on what your soul already knows. Now, let's get into what is shadow work. Well, if you don't know what shadow work is, my gems, shadow work is going in the depths of yourself, the parts that we do not like to see, that rule our conscious being. So pretty much we're going to get in depth in understanding the subconscious beliefs and actions and patterns that you hold that are affecting you in your love life. I want you to understand, you might hear things you don't want to hear, you might hear things that you don't like, but shadow work is all about seeing the parts of ourselves that we avoid that are actually our truth, that we do not want to see. And so, yes, we're going to dive deep into those parts. So, my gems, let's get the overall energy. How we're going to do this, we're going to get the overall energy that you have about love. We're going to get one pile, how you consciously act in love with the trigger. Let me do the piles. Do the piles, Brad. So the first pile is going to be how you consciously act in relationships. Second pile is how you subconsciously are and what you avoid in relationships. Then the last pile is going to be your overall belief behind why you attract relationships the way that you do. And then we're going to get the three cards are going to be your triggers. We're going to get three cards, the shadows behind them. We're going to get some tarot on it for more clarification. We're going to get some cards that clarify the type of people you attract and the type of person you are within those interactions. And then we're going to get a card from your overall energy of how you feel about love in the near future. And then we're going to close it out cards from what your higher self wants you to learn and embody as you do this work. All right. So this is going to be the Dark Mirror Oracle. Really good for shadow work if you do shadow work on your own. But spirits, what do my gems need to know? What is their overall energy about love? All right, you have black flower fragrance. Okay. Who else got this? I think Sagi's got this. Someone got this. Another sign got this. Okay. I think it was Leo's. Gemmies, it's like you feel... I'm hearing blah. Like you're feeling blah about love. But what I'm really sensing from this card is that you have been very disappointed in what people have offered you in love. And that has brought you in the state of realizing, is putting all of my energy in these kind of connections helping me? Because what I'm sensing with the rose in the middle of her chest, it's like she has become a little cold towards love. That's really what I'm sensing. I feel like you came a little cold towards love because you feel like no one understands you and no one sees you. So you're just disappointed what people bring to you because it's like it's not helping you heal or mend your heart to rise the way that you want to. So Gemini, what I'm really getting with this card, even her face said it all. She's just like, is it even worth it? Is it even worth it? But I feel like it's because you have a heart closed off. That's why you feel that way. But let's get into this. We're gonna get to the bottom of this. Like I said, you guys, don't shoot the messenger. I'm just reading and channeling the energy. Shadow work ain't pretty. That's why a lot of people don't want to do it. That's why you got a lot of tarot readers always being wishy-washy. Reconcile. They will come back. They're going to come back. They want to talk to you. I'm not that type of person. I love people so much that I'm willing to speak the truth, and I'm willing to receive it as well, because I know it's going to help me grow rather than stay where I'm at currently. All right. And I hope you appreciate that, Gems. Only love. All right, Spirit. How do my Gems consciously act in relationships? All right. How do they subconsciously act in connections? How my Gemmies are subconsciously. All right. Oh. All right. All right. What is their overall belief behind connections and relationships? Okay. All right, my Gems. All right, my Gems. So how you consciously act in relationships is, I can be quick-tempered and say hurtful things without understanding why. Sorry, guys. That's my computer. Boom. All right. I can be quick-tempered and say hurtful things without understanding why. Gemmies, you're too reactive. You don't think before you speak. You don't think before you do. And therefore, you're questioning why is it that people act the way they do in relationships, is because you're unaware of how you're acting. Like I said, you guys, these are not things you want to hear, but this is going to really help you heal to attract better love and healthier love and make healthier decisions for yourself. So I do feel like you're too reactive. You don't think before you do. You don't think before you speak. And then you question why people act the way that they do towards you, is because you're unaware of how you're acting towards them. So Gemmies, what I'm really feeling here is that consciously you act very reactive. You don't give yourself a chance to analyze things. I'm also sensing that you Geminis do overanalyze things to the point that you don't do anything, but you overanalyze to the point that you don't do anything. And that makes you resentful of yourself and of that other person, because you're not able to speak your truth. But let's see the shadow behind that. What is the shadow behind this, Spirit? What? When Spirit confirms this, bro. All right. So the shadow behind this is compulsive behaviors. Like I was just saying, very reactive. Identify your internal feelings. What are you looking to control or feel for the moment? Sorry, you guys. Let me turn that off. Let me turn that off. All right. Identify your internal feelings. What are you looking to control or feel for the moment? All right. So, Gemmies, while you're being reactive, what your shadow is trying to tell you, we all have a silhouette, which is the shadow. I like to call it the silhouette. Because it's the part of ourselves we run away from, but it's the part of ourselves that chases after us because it wants us to see our truth. So we don't have to replay patterns. So, okay. So I'm feeling that when you're quick to react, take a step back and feel what you're feeling. Are you feeling it because you think reacting will get your point across? Or are you reacting because this person's triggering something within you that you haven't identified? So your shadow is letting you know you have to think before you act. You have to think before you say. You have to think before you do, because that will give you the ability to compartmentalize what is the best action to take. So really, this is not about how people are treating you. This is about how you're treating yourself and how that's affecting the way you treat other people. All right, Spirit. So subconsciously, when I don't feel good about myself, I become needy and clingy towards others. I've met a lot of Geminis in my life, and I learned that when you guys don't know how to be by yourself, you're around a lot of people all the time. And I feel that is your sense of comfort. That's your comfort zone. But that is also a codependency. So what I'm sensing from this card is that you really don't have a good definition of your own self-worth. So you become very clingy. You become very needy towards people because you don't have a sense of security for yourself or safety for yourself, to love yourself and enjoy your own company. But let's see the shadow behind that. Why this? What's the shadow behind this, Spirit? Wow, this came out twice. Okay, this definitely needs to be identified then. Quick-tempered. Think before... I can't. Spirit. Think before you speak. Put space between your thoughts and your words that come out. Wow. This came out twice, and I even confirmed it before the card came out. Okay. Geminis. Why I feel this shadow came out for this card is because you need to get better at communicating your emotions in a way where you're not clinging on to people because you're scared of them leaving. And also to express your truth so people can understand where you're coming from, so you don't have to feel dependent on anyone, but you can feel heard and seen. So really, your shadow is letting you know you're too reactive. And also I'm hearing is that when I'm reading put space between your thoughts and your words that come out, what I'm really hearing is put space between your thoughts and your heart. Because your heart will always come from ease and always come from truth. But your thoughts, which always come from reactivity, will always come from logic and not from reasoning or fairness. So there's something else to come out. Can I get another one, please? Let me get another one. Oh, okay. Inconsiderate. Act with compassion, kindness, be thoughtful and polite. It just feels better on the inside. Yeah, okay. I was sensing this. I didn't want to say it, but it is coming back, so I know I need to say it. You're a little too self-absorbent, Geminis. You're a little too self-absorbent to the point you only think about yourself, and you always want to get your point across, and you always want to speak first because you feel that you know what's best and you know what's right. But with that, probably why you feel clingy onto people is because they don't like that characteristic about you, probably, and they probably want to walk away, and you don't like that. So, and it's because you don't really feel good about yourself. That's probably why you're so reactive and so quick to say and do and speak, because you always want to feel right. But you're not having enough consideration to create space to have healthier connections with people. And you're not even creating space for yourself to feel heard and seen by yourself. And that overall causes inconsideration because you're putting your happiness upon someone else like it's their responsibility when it's really not. And also you're blaming people for the way that the situation is going about rather than taking accountability for the fact that you're not stopping to make better, clear decisions. So act with compassion and kindness, be thoughtful and polite. It just feels better. So, be open. Be open to learning new ways of being, and be open to accepting and learning how people are. Because you'll be able to have people who are in your life to stay for the long haul in a healthier version of you, because you're authentic. You're in your integrity, and you're compassionate towards people, and you're giving them what you want to receive. I hope that makes sense. Now, the overall belief that you have that makes you act this way and subconsciously act this way is, even though I am wrong, I struggle to apologize. I am feeling that. Very self-absorbent, very prideful. That's all I'm sensing, is that you are a bit prideful. And, you know what I'm getting here? I'm getting the energy of a self-loathing. Self-loathing to me is someone who is very, very appealed, meaning in love with their physical self, at how they are as a person, how they think. But on the inside, you really don't like yourself. And that's what I'm sensing. It's like on the inside, you don't like yourself, but on the outside, you're portraying yourself as this person, but truly how you feel inside is making you act in certain ways externally that aren't really benefiting you. or this mask that you have on. So I just feel a sense of pridefulness, just a little bit of pridefulness. And that's okay. That's okay, you know. Sometimes we're unaware of the way that we act. But what I'm getting with this trigger, let's see the shadow behind this. What's the shadow behind this, Spirit? You got inconsistent. Think about if your thoughts, actions, or routines are inconsistent. Does it serve you well on a daily basis? Why that shadow for this trigger? Wow. I said this not too long ago. Holy shit. All right, so you have codependency. This is a relationship addiction. You are relying too heavily on the other person for your sense of self-worth. Give yourself more self-love. Okay, I see where this is going. So your sense of pridefulness keeps you in this state of only thinking about yourself. Hence why you don't show up fully in relationships. It's like wishy-washy, in and out, opportunist, and Geminis, do you have a tendency to be a little confused about your decisions and who you are as a person? Because I'm feeling like you have a lot of confusion about how you are as a person, and you question yourself a lot. And with this codependency here, is like you do rely on someone to give you a sense of gratification for your self-esteem, but it's like you're inconsistent with relationships to the point people aren't happy with your side of what you're putting out. But you're too prideful to see that because you're only self-absorbed and thinking about yourself. And that's where codependency could come in too, because codependent people, I used to be codependent myself. And when I was codependent in relationships, I was very, very controlling because I didn't want that person to leave me. So I became codependent to the point I started manipulating that person and started giving up myself and abandoning myself to accommodate them so they won't leave me. And that just showed me a lot of how much I don't have a sense of self-worth or giving love to myself. So your shadow is letting you know it's time for you to understand self-love. And when you have love for yourself, you're able to be vulnerable enough to go towards people and show up as your best self, and also be able to you'll be able to be understood. I don't want to say lovable because we're all lovable. But let's get some tarot on it because I really want to get in depth on this. All right, Spirit. Can I get one card for the first pile? More bubble for my gems. Thank you. Can I get one for the second pile, please? Thank you. Oh, okay. Can I get one for, oh shit. I saw the high one. I was like, oh shit. Okay. All right, my gem. So for the first pile, the tarot wants to clarify the Page of Wands. Feisty, fire. All right. So, excuse me, guys. There was something on there. All right. So the tarot is letting you know, the Page of Wands is saying how you are... Okay. Wands itself is about fire. It's fire signs, which is Leo, Aries, and Sagittarius. This Page of Wands is telling me that you're still in the stages of not being mature enough with your passion and your emotions. And so the tarot wants to let you know that you need to be able to find balance of being able to express your truth in a way that's going to be heard, and not coming from a hurtful way, but in a way where people can see your point of view and understand it with compassion rather than resentment. So the Page of Wands is just saying that you're still in the stages of immaturity with expressing your opinion and who you are as a person. So now you need to buckle down and really get in depth on why you're so reactive. why you go so quickly and think and do before you think. All right. Now for the second pile, you have the Temperance in the reverse. Look at that lion. Look at that lion and look at that seagull. Look at that. You're too impatient. Yeah. You're too impatient. You're too impatient with people. You're too impatient with yourself. What I'm also getting here is that you haven't healed from a lot of past relationships. And that's why probably you act so compulsively and reactively, because those emotions that have been pent up and haven't been worked on and haven't healed are still within your body and your energetic field, and that's going to ripple out into a multitude of ways to the point you will be easily triggered, and those wounds will be triggered to the point that you will act out rapidly to be self-defensive. And it's really a self-defense mechanism, I would take it as, is that you being reactive. It's really self-defense mechanism because you haven't really healed why it is that you're still allowing things outside of you to trigger you the way that they do. So really what I'm getting here is that you have to go within and understand why you have such a temper, and why is it that you're so impatient with people and yourself. And this impatience is causing disharmony within your relationships, is because you don't have balance within yourself. It's because you haven't healed from what the past has been trying to teach you about love. Damn, Tarot. Damn. All right. Now, for your last part, you got the Hierophant. The Hierophant is about tradition, is about higher levels of commitment. It's about seeking spiritual counsel or just overall expertise, advice. So, Geminis, what I'm getting here is I feel that, interesting, I feel that some of you, don't take this the wrong way. We all need this. I still need this in my life too. I do feel that you probably need to go maybe to a counselor, to a psychologist, just to find someone to talk to about how you feel and what has happened in your life. Because I feel that you've been lingering on to so much pain that is causing certain paradigms within you to behave in ways that aren't really expressing your truth. And I feel that it would be best for you to talk to someone who resonates with what you're currently feeling, so you could be able to understand where you currently feel about love in your current life. And this person is going to bring clarity to you to be able to not rely on other people and to be able to be vulnerable with people, including yourself. So really the Hierophant is just letting me know that it's time for you to seek out talking to someone who might be able to help your situation currently regarding love. That's deep. Okay, Spirit. Okay. And just know it's okay. It's okay, you know. People think it's wrong going to a counselor or therapy, but really, there's nothing wrong with talking to someone. If anything, it's a lot better talking to someone, so because you have a different perspective and you could gain much more clarity about your situation than you can yourself. So, I understand. There's nothing wrong with that. Nothing wrong with that. All right, Spirit. What kind of people do my Geminis attract, and what kind of people are they in relationships? These are a twin flame deck, but I don't consider them twin flame because perfect. Because they really resemble healing in relationships, honestly. Perfect. So the red is chaser, the yellow is runner. Take what resonates, whatever fits your story. Let's see the type of people. I'm going to keep the red as the type of people you attract. The yellow is who you are in relationships. Wow. Speaking of twin flames. All right. So the type of people you attract is, I need to love myself first before loving anyone else. You attract people who are emotionally unavailable. And let's be honest, Gemini, it's because you're emotionally unavailable. Hence why you're very compulsive and reactive, and you're very tempted to speak your mind or to go after whatever it is you want. So you attract people who are emotionally unavailable. And I also hear manipulative. You attract people who are manipulative. And you attract people who have trust issues and commitment issues. Now, the type of person you are in the relationship, don't mind the twin flame label. It's just a label. This twin flame journey is teaching me to love myself. I'm actually doing it. So, Geminis, I feel that you're the type of person you're becoming now regarding relationships is that you're starting to realize maybe there was someone in your life that really turned your life around upside down, and it showed you a lot of how much you kept allowing this pattern to reoccur of attracting people who are emotionally unavailable. And you're starting to learn that truly committing to loving yourself is really teaching you how to be eye-open to seeing who really has good intentions for you and not. But it's also teaching you how much you have tolerated people hurting you, and this hurt has caused you to hurt other people as well. Wow, that's deep. All right, gems. Let's get some cards. Let's see what your overall energy is going to be in the near future about love. Spirit, what is the overall near future energy my Geminis have regarding love? What is my gems overall energy regarding love in the near future? Oh, excuse me, guys. Oh, I almost had a burp. What is my gems overall energy in the near future regarding love? What is our overall energy in the future regarding love? They told me to take them, so I'm going to take them. I love it. At the bottom of the deck, you got love. Unconditional love, self-love, oneness, passion, affection, and attraction. Don't mind my sweaty-ass hands. Holy shit. All right. It's toasty in here. So you have lightning, sudden change, shocking news, surprise, epiphany, upheaval, transformation. Yeah, okay. So in the near future, you're definitely changing your perspective on love, and it's going to be very shocking to you how much that you choosing to make yourself a priority and make healthier decisions is going to shock the shit out of you, the new results you're going to receive in love. Now you have keys on a ring, many options, decision, unconventional, string along, one night stand. You're going to be very aware of the type of people that you're attracting in your life and seeing their intentions. And you're going to have good discernment because you're doing the inner work to be able to make healthier decisions and see who really has good intentions for you or not. I said that twice, my bad. Now you have cassette, outdated thinking, conditioning, replaying events over in your head. Yeah, by you being codependent and being compulsive, it's because you keep replaying disappointments and heartache and losses of the past. And doing that is preventing you from actually being able to heal and have patience for this new love to come in. So the Hierophant here is, yeah, find someone you could talk to, but also understanding that replaying these emotions are you reliving that past, and it's going to keep attracting the same energy. So now it's time for you, gems, to be able to gain a new perspective on what this lesson is trying to teach you, and be able to create a foundation and a space for yourself to be a new way to be. Meaning to think a different way, to act a different way, to see a different perspective, because it's giving you an opportunity to stop replaying these events and start entertaining what you truly want. All right. But you got kisses here. Unconditionally loving, giving, receiving affection, falling in love. Yes, gems. This is your energy, boo-boo. It's your energy. This is how you naturally should be. So in the near future, it's definitely going to be good. You're going to see love in everything and in everyone. And it's to the point it's going to open up your heart so much that is going to be a magnet for the one who's going to give you the love that you deserve. And it's going to be very reciprocal. Very reciprocal. I feel that. All right. I love that. All right. Let's end this with cards from the higher self. See what the higher self wants you to learn and embody from all this work. All right. I think you guys done some great work today. All right. Higher self of my Geminis in the collective. Can I get one card for this pile? One card of how they should act, consciously start being. Thank you. Can I get one card for subconsciously what they need to be aware of? Thank you. And can I get, spirits, and please, por favor, can I get one more card for this last pile for my Geminis? All right, you got 2, so I'm going to read them. Oh. All right, my jumps. So you have how you should consciously start, how your higher self wants you to consciously start being is, I keep myself at a high vibration, so I'm less bothered by nonsense situations. Yes. Okay. Your higher self wants to let you know, the more you focus on gaining alignment within yourself and stop trying to control the outer world, the more you'll realize your inner peace is more important than the opinions of others. So therefore, you won't be so compulsive and act out to get your point across or to make yourself feel seen, because you know that you know your worth, you know your value. So if someone is not willing to see that, there's no reason for me to act out or try to control something or say hurtful things, because I know in my heart who I am. And you don't, it's like your higher self doesn't want you to explain yourself, but your higher self doesn't want you to feel bothered because other people outside of you don't know how to be fair with you. Interesting. I like that. All right. So subconsciously, what your higher self wants you to embody is, I will not expose myself to negative stories or read awful news. It brings me down to a low vibration. You have vibration twice. So Geminis, you really need to focus on energy work. Get some Reiki done. That's probably why the higher fawn's here. Get some Reiki done. That's energy work. Do some guided meditations. There's a ton on YouTube. Also, stop engulfing yourself into situations where there's a lot of complaining, because when you lower your vibration, you go into this state of being limited. And when you're limited, you become frustrated, you become resentful, and that's what makes you start acting out in behaviors that are compulsive and hurtful. So what your higher self wants to let you know is that, stop involving your things that are lowering you down, and allow yourself to invest in things that are going to bring you up, because that's going to show you how to love even more, allow love in, and not need anyone by your side. And also to be able to have temperance, meaning patience with yourself and compassion for how you feel. Now, last but not least, what your higher self wants to let you know and wants you to embody as a new belief is, you ready, Geminis? I'm now ready for change, no matter how big or small. It is time. With the higher font, I feel like it's being divinely guided for you to make this internal emotional change. And the second card is, am I truly loving myself enough to love another person? Now, Gemmies, I'm going to speak my heart here because I'm feeling it from my gut, but I want to share a little bit of my perspective, if I may. Take it if you want. No matter how hard it is to be with yourself and choose yourself because you really want love, you're willing to go through the change of learning how to love yourself so you can make better decisions based off that self-love rather than loneliness. And now you're starting to learn that maybe you are not ready to be in a relationship right now because there's so much of that love that you're freely giving to other people that you rightfully deserve for yourself. And you're willing to do that for yourself. And your higher self wants you to start questioning before you jump into any other relationship, because I feel like you probably jump to relationship. Your higher self wants to let you know, do you truly love yourself enough to love another person? And why I feel your higher self is asking you this is because never get caught up in acting compulsively into a relationship because it's exciting or passionate. Your higher self wants to let you know that that is not what love is. Just because the heat of the moment feels loving doesn't mean it's true love. You have to understand that real love comes from making decisions that are for your best and highest good in the long run and for this moment. And your higher self wants to let you know that if you don't feel comfort within yourself, no one's going to bring you that comfort, and you're never going to feel it within another person. So your higher self is making it clear that you have to really embody self-love. And I'm getting an image right now about you guys looking yourself in the mirror, into your eyes, and really seeing that anything that does not make sense, question why it doesn't make sense, and learn how to love it. Because I feel that some of you Geminis you try hard to be perfectionists, But at the end of the day, it's not about being perfect. It's not about making the right decisions. It's about loving the fact that you are imperfect and perfect at the same time. So your higher self wants you to really focus on yourself and better yourself, because you have a lot of hurt that you're holding on to. And you don't want to bring that into relationships, because when you bring that to relationships, hurt people. So you'll hurt that person will hurt you too. And you're going to replay that pattern and that karma. And you don't need to do that to yourself. So your higher self wants you to get clear on what is self-love to you, what is love to you, and how you want your partner to treat you. And you treat yourself that very way. But other than that, my gems, if you got any clarification or any upliftments, or this helped you in any way, please let me know your feedback in the comment section below. I love hearing from you guys. I really do. Other than that, if you want to book your own personal reading or healing session and follow me on Instagram, all that information is down in the description box below. Other than that, if you enjoy spending your time with me here today and want to be a part of this community, you can do so by hitting that like button, subscribing to this channel, and hitting that notification button. Other than that, my gems, that's all I have for you. I love you guys and understand how precious you are. You're so precious that the love that is a blessing that you give to people, yourself deserves that now. So give it to you, because you deserve it. I love you, gems, and I'll see you on the next one.